Buckner, plenty of time, looking deep downfield. He's got it! Touchdown, SaberCats!
Welcome to SaberCats Weekly here on Comcast Sportsnet. I'm Chris Townsend. A tough loss for the SaberCats in Pittsburgh as they lost by 1. Coming up next, we'll talk to the head coach, Darren Arbette, why he went for 2 and why he went for the win. We'll also talk to one of the top wide receivers in the game, Reggie Gray. That's all coming up next right here on SaberCats Weekly. Well, the owner and the head coach of the San Jose SaberCats joins us here on SaberCats Weekly. And, Coach, I know it was a very tough loss, a very entertaining game, but a tough loss on the road.
Yeah, it was tough. I didn't have them prepared. Totally my fault. The guys played hard, and I got to get better.
Yeah, let's get back. Let's just start with the highlights. Lasway with the big kickoff return, and then Rodriguez with the go route from the slot would open up the scoring at 7-0.
Yeah, Pittsburgh came out hot. We were turning the ball over early. Like I said, I didn't have them prepared, and we weren't ready to go.
Now, the defense, though, would start to really help you get back into this game because in the next position, 4th and 10, the defense holds, and now you're thinking, okay, maybe get some momentum back.
Proud of this team. That's the thing about it. This defense played great. No one ever for 1 minute didn't think we were going to win the game, and they continued to play hard.
Yeah, so then we would finally get on the board is you'd fake the dive, and Nate would roll out and finally hit Huey Whitaker and get you guys on the board.
And Nate did a nice job with the fake there. Huey held the guy for a while and then came off late. Nice touchdown.
And what are we seeing from Nate? That he's a pretty athletic kid, isn't he, Coach?
Very athletic, smart. The same good things I said about him when he played against Philadelphia and Portland, I'll still say the same things about him. He's a good quarterback.
And then Rodriguez with an unbelievable touchdown to where it looks like he doesn't have it, but you're able to catch it off the boards, and that would make the score 35-7.
You know, they came out, they were hot. The thing I was proud of our team, they never wavered. They never let doubt slip into their mind. They always felt they could win the football game.
Now, right now it seems dire, right? You're looking at the score and you're thinking, oh my God, 35-7. But this is where it gets very, very interesting. J.J. Payne, you play a little power football, and I know you like to run the football, especially on the goal line. You'd get the touchdown, and now we're looking at 35-13.
Yeah, nice run by J.J. Second effort there got him into the end zone. He's been doing it all year long.
Pertwee, high and deep. Robinson, and it bounces off the net, and the Cats have it, going into the end zone. Oh, what a play for San Jose on the final play of the first half.
So it might look like you guys were dead, but next thing you know, on the kickoff, it hits off the net. Highland would get it. I mean, as he's coming in, unbelievable. He picks it up and scores, and now you're going into half, now only down 35-20.
That's something John Fry, the owner, had talked about. Let's try to get some off the bar, and we did it. David did a nice job. Nick did a nice job getting it off the bar. Great execution.
And then you pitch it to Huey Whitaker, and Huey Whitaker does the rest as he takes it in for the score to now make it 35-27. We got an interesting game here.
Huey's strong. He understands the game. He's very smart. Got the ball and got in for the touchdown.
And let's go towards the end of the game where you start looking at this game, Coach. Gray gets the TD over the middle. Now you're definitely back in the game.
Yeah, I mean, the guys fought back hard. Once again, there was never no doubt in their eyes, and they continued to play, didn't finger point, and I'm so proud of them.
He's going to come back the other way, and the Cats have it, and it's executed absolutely perfect.
And then, of course, you have the onside kick that's going to get you the football back and give you a shot.
Nick did a tremendous job. First of all, it starts with Coach Jarnigan. He saw something, the way they were lining up, did a nice job finding a hole. Nick, perfect kick, and Scheichel did a nice job getting down there and getting the recovery.
Full motion, Stanley. Time lets it go, end zone, Gray, up over the wall, got it! Touchdown, SaberCats!
And then how about Gray's touchdown where he's going over the sideboard and he still keeps it in control of it. Unbelievable catch.
It's the reason why he was Playmaker of the Year last year in the league. He's, in my mind, the top receiver in the league, and he's showing why.
So you're on the road. You're down by 1. It's the end of the game. You kick the PAT, you tie, you go for it, and you go for the win. You go for it. Why did you make that decision?
I felt they were having a hard time stopping us in the red zone. The receivers were getting open. You saw Jason Willis got open there, and Nate got him the ball.
How tough was that? Because he had both hands on the football. It looked like he was going to bring it down and that you would have just an unbelievable comeback win.
He's going to get that chance again. Jason Willis is a veteran. He's a good football player. Have a lot of confidence in him still.
It's a 48-47 loss, and it's one you feel like if you play better early and you get that last catch at the end, you would have won the game. I know you hate losing. We all know that. We've been watching you for years, Coach. But when things were pretty dire, was it mean to you that your team didn't give up and they gave you a chance to possibly win this game in the end?
They stared adversity right in the face. They hit adversity right in the mouth, and they attacked it. And that's what I wanted to see, and I saw it. And like I said, I'm proud of them.
Wardrobe has been provided by Casera Clothers. Every single season, the San Jose SaberCats organization gives their fans an opportunity to meet the players before the season starts. They had their annual season ticket holder pickup party. Of course, they did at the Zone 8 Sports Bar and Grill, and what a great time it was for the fans.
Event. We've done it for a few years, and I like that we can go and meet the players and the Saber Kittens. We have a lot of fun.
I'm looking forward to seeing how the team really gels this year. It's a different group of guys. We have a lot of returners from last year, a lot of solid people at each position. I'm looking forward to seeing how the new guys come in and complement what everybody has to offer.
All the guys on the team are back, just about the defensive line is back. So I'm excited about that, to bring them guys back, and they make my job easy on the back end. But you know, seeing these fans out here today kind of get me more motivated and amped and ready for the season.
I'm really excited, just based on the party alone. It just seems like it's going to be such a great season. All of the fans seem so great, and it's going to have we're going to have a really nice energy at all the games.
But just seeing these fans come out, and showing their support, kind of just put like a little more icing on the cake.
It's huge when you go to places like Spokane, Arizona, and even especially at home. You see how much the crowd really affects the outcome of the game. We have one of the strongest bases out there, and it's good to see the same familiar faces year in and year out at events like this, and seeing them at the game. It really helps us on the field.
Hearing them cowbells, seeing the fans, making noise, especially like the defense on 3rd and 4th down. Like you may probably be winded or a little tight, but you look up there, you see the fans cheering, calling out your name, taunting the other team, and that kind of motivates you even more.
Seeing the familiar faces, you kind of get a sense of who you're playing for. My family's from the Bay Area, and so I play in front of them every week in and week out. And getting to connect with all the fans and seeing the same people on a consistent basis, it's a lot more humbling, and it gives me a better sense of like I said, who I'm playing for.
I thank God for the opportunity to still be playing this game, especially for the organization who support us in every way. On the field, off the field, for the fans being out, and I'm just thankful that at the end of the game that we are called to stand around and sign autographs and a mingle. That's the least we can do, for the fans, with all they do, with all their hard work as well.
This week's High School Offensive Player of the Week is number 12 quarterback Anthony Gordon of Terra Nova High School versus Half Moon Bay. The junior quarterback completed 19 of 23 passes for 7 touchdowns and no interceptions with a quarterback rating of 163 to lead the Tigers to a 56-0 blowout win. This week's High School Defensive Player of the Week is number 5 tight end / linebacker Jacob Moen of Christopher High School. Christopher destroyed Watsonville 57-0 as Jacob tallied 17 tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 fumble recovery. This week's High School Ironman Player of the Week is number 18 running back / linebacker Carl Frost of Independence High School. Carl rushed for 2 touchdowns and had 20 tackles and an incredible 5 sacks, leading the 76ers to a 42-13 rout of the Sobrato Bulldogs. SaberCats High School Players of the Week is brought to you by Dr. Sharma, South Bay Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Week 3's Defensive Player of the Game was defensive back David Highland. Highland recorded 5 tackles in Pittsburgh and registered a net recovery touchdown on a kick that rang off the bar with 2 seconds remaining in the first half. The Defensive Player of the Game has been brought to you by Fries.com. We're now joined by one of the top wide receivers in the Arena Football League, and he's a brand new San Jose SaberCat. Reggie Gray joins us. Reggie, thank you for coming on.
Well, thanks for having me.
Now, you're a Chicago guy, born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. Haven't been away from Illinois all that much. Of course, you went to Western Illinois with Russ Mickna in college. But what's it been like being away from home, being here in California?
Well, it's tough. I joke around with the guys, that I haven't been away from Illinois more than 2 weeks ever in my life. Went to college there, was born and raised in Chicago. And so it's a learning curve, I love the weather, because right now in Chicago, it's negative degrees and snowing, so.
When you look at the San Jose SaberCats, and you mentioned, leaving home, why was San Jose so attractive to you?
Just the organization. San Jose has that history, and everyone knows that, San Jose SaberCats is a winning organization, top of the line, and so when it came down to it, my years in the Arena League is coming, to an end.
Oh, you got a lot of time left.
Yeah, but I wanted to get that ring. Looking at the team that they had last year, I felt like maybe they was a receiver away. So when I was doing my researching on different teams and where I may go, the weather played a good part in it, and plus, it's a winning organization, and I just thought I could be that piece to get us over the edge.
And who is that guy with this organization that you might know a little bit about?
Oh, Russ Mickna, I call him my quarterback, because every level I've been, since college, I basically played with Russ.
So you played 2 years with Russ at Western Illinois, and then in Chicago with the Rush, you were with them in 08, 09, 2011, and 2012?
Yeah, I was in 08.
You guys have been playing forever together.
Yeah, we had that chemistry, and as soon as the season was over with, and I was doing my research, and I got a phone call from Russ, and Russ, he was trying to sell San Jose, so that's all. That was a big part of it too, knowing that I was going with an established quarterback, and someone like Russ, and I said, I may have to make that move.
How does that make you feel that an organization like this looks at you and says, you know what, you could be the missing piece for us winning a championship. You got to come to San Jose.
That's a great feeling. Knowing that, with all the free agents that was out there, other receivers that they could have brought on, they reached out to me, and since I've been in this league, I've heard about San Jose and top-notch organizations. So for the organization to reach out to me to figure and believe that I was the missing piece, there's so much respect. I'm just humbled by it.
Not a lot of players are really active on Twitter and social media. I know that you're all over this. So look, at BPRG20 is your Twitter handle, and I see you're very active on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I sometimes send words out, for the fans. I like to keep in tune with the fans, because they show me a lot of support. So and then sometimes it's some talking going on with other players from across the league, and it's all fun and games. You only live once, so YOLO, as they say. So I just like to have a little fun.
Now, on a serious note, when you're done with football, do you continue to mentor kids? I know you do that in the city of Chicago, and what does it mean for you to help the youth?
Giving back to I call it my city because Chicago, born and raised and everything.
It's a wonderful city.
A great city.
Yeah.
And it's giving back to the youth back there, there's a lot of crime going on in Chicago, and I felt that giving back and mentoring youth and trying to get them out the streets and trying to get them going in the right directions, I felt like, it was key for me to do that. And so because when I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of mentors, and you could see some of my good friends going the wrong way. And all it takes is that one person to, maybe step in and say, you know what, this is not right, because a Because truth of the matter is, a lot of guys in Chicago, they think that's all they know. They know the streets, they know the gangs, they know jail. That's all they know. But it's, someone like me to step in there and say, you know what? It's more than life than the streets of Chicago, And so when I'm done playing and everything, I hope to just keep continuing to give back to the youth.
Well, it's a great story. It's an absolutely great story. And you know what? It's great to have you here. I know Russ is happy. I know Coach Arbetta is, and a lot of the fans, because so far watching you play, it's been pretty darn good. Good luck the rest of the season, and hopefully you'll get that ring.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get it on 2, 3, maybe 4 fingers.
You got a long way to go. Week 3's Offensive Player of the Game was wide receiver Reggie Gray. In just his 3rd game as a member of the SaberCats, Gray hauled in 12 catches for 126 yards and 2 touchdowns. Gray was instrumental in the SaberCats' comeback attempt, recording 6 catches and 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter. Offensive Player of the Game has been brought to you by Fries.com.
How you doing? It's Rich Wranglin, 4-year pro, number 64 in your playbooks, number 1 in your hearts. This year with the SaberCats, I'm looking forward to winning every single home game for you guys. We're going to play hard, we're going to compete, we're going to make it happen. Let's go, SaberCats.
The owner of the SaberCats and the head coach, Darren Arbett, with us once again. And, Coach, big question is, what's going to happen at quarterback? Nathan Stanley, great first game, Offensive Player of the Week. Last week, still pretty good numbers, 260 yards, 5 touchdowns, but he did have 3 picks, showed some inexperience. I know your guy is Russ Mickna. Where are we looking at quarterback this week at home against Spokane?
Russ is a top quarterback in this league, and Nathan has shown that he has the ability to be do the same things. Not sure on Russ, still talking to the doctors about Russ, and it'll be a game time decision, I'm sure.
And is it also key, because you have such a long season, 18 games, that you might hold a guy out a little bit longer, normally early, because you want to make sure he's there for you in the end?
I'm going to play the best players, and if they're healthy, they're healthy. But right now the doctor's saying, hey, let's hold him out, and that's what we're going to do.
So you got Spokane coming to town after the tough loss against Pittsburgh. How nice is it going to be at home after that tough loss on the road?
Playing at home is always great. Our fans are the best in the league in my mind, and the guys are excited about coming home and playing against Spokane this week.
Well, you got Eric Meyer, the reigning AFL MVP, coming to town, and they're coming off a bye. What's it like early on? You guys have gone through a tough camp and you've gone through some tough games, but what's it like taking on a team coming off a bye? Because they've got 2 weeks to prepare for you.
Actually, they don't, because they have to have the week off. They'll just get the same practice time we get a week before the game. But playing Eric Myers, he's one of the best in the league. Spokane, they've had our number over the last few years, so it's a great test for us.
And he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And when you start looking at the top quarterbacks in the league, you're going to face, a few of these guys. We know what you got in Arizona and Spokane. You went up against Tommy Grady last week. What are the keys when you go up against one of the top quarterbacks in this league?
It's like anything. If you get pressure on the quarterback, it's tough for a guy to throw the football with someone in his face or if he's on his back. So the key to everything is getting that pressure on the quarterback, and our DB's covering.
And your defense has done a very good job at that. And it has for the past couple of years getting after the quarterback. But after the defense was put in such a tough position last week, how important is it for you to get that lead early so you can turn your great pass rushers just loose?
It's always, you'd always want to get a big lead. But we're going to play the game. We're going to play the situations. And whatever happens, the guys are going to be prepared. Trust me. And we're going to play hard.
So we talk about Eric Meyer. He is one of the top players in this league, and MVP as a quarterback. But when you start looking at Tennell and Tompkins and Washington, you got a good quarterback, but you also have some good weapons you're going to have to stop with your secondary.
Oh, Tennell, he's a very good receiver. He's had a lot of success in this league. He has height. He has speed. Washington, he can really play. Tompkins, speedster. So they have some good receivers.
So when you look at having those receivers, they say, Coach, take the top off the defense. What is the key, especially for your safeties, when you're looking at guys that have this kind of speed?
Oh, we're going to do what we do. We're aware of what they can do. But Coach Walker's going to have a great game plan. I have a lot of confidence in him, and we're going to come out and play hard.
And they got a front that also, we talk about your front that puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback. They got a front that also puts pressure on the QB.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they have some guys that can really get up the field. Number 4, Gathers. He can really play. So we have our work cut out for us. And Sumner at that linebacker spot, he's coming downhill. Taylor at nose guard. So We understand what we're up against.
And when you think about coming back home, how important is it this year when we know in the past couple of years you've had to go on the road in the playoffs? It's something we're going to address the entire season, really. But how important, especially these home games, you got to take care of business in your own building if you're going to have home field advantage in the postseason.
We have to. When we play at home, we have to take care of business. We have to come out with a lot of energy, and we have to take care of the football.
All right, Coach, Friday you're taking on Spokane. We'll see you out at the arena.
Hey, thanks, Chris.
Well, the SaberCats have a tough one this Friday night against the Spokane Shock and reigning AFL MVP Eric Meyer. Game's going to kick off at 7:30. Tickets are still available, and we'd love to see you at the SAP Center. But, of course, next week we'll have all the highlights for you right here on SaberCats Weekly. We'll see you next time. SaberCats Weekly has been brought to you by Dr. Sharma, South Bay Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Casera Clothers, and Fries.com.